In the year 1867, an extraordinary trade deal unfolded, marking one of the most peculiar moments in history. Just before the Russian Empire relinquished its vast and distant eastern territory of Alaska to the United States, an unexpected opportunity arose. This opportunity came from a country that was nearly 11,000 times smaller than Alaska, situated on the complete opposite side of the globe. It was none other than the minuscule Alpine Principality of Liechtenstein. At that time, Liechtenstein was known for its dullness, economic backwardness, and being the last surviving remnant of the Holy Roman Empire. In fact, only 6 decades earlier, its ruling family was forced to sell off treasured artwork, including Leonardo da Vinci's counterpart to the Mona Lisa, in a desperate bid to sustain the nation's existence. Yet today, Liechtenstein competes with Monaco for the title of the wealthiest country in the world, boasting a staggering GDP per capita of $170,000. It stands as a testament to prosperity and holds one of the highest standards of living globally. Remarkably, it is also the only country free from external debts. However, at first glance, it is not immediately evident how this small principality achieved such astounding success. Its mountainous terrain and lack of access to the ocean present significant obstacles to trade and development. Its minute population makes it challenging for its manufacturers to compete on the global stage, and it possesses virtually no valuable natural resources to exploit. So, one wonders, how did this tiny nation evolve from a secluded valley of impoverished farmers into a realm of immense wealth? Let us delve into Liechtenstein's intriguing journey, starting with its period of poverty. By the mid-19th century, against all odds, the principality, spanning a mere 61 square miles, had managed to retain its nominal independence amid the tumultuous events of European history. While the Holy Roman Empire dissolved, the Confederation of the Rhine fell, and a unified German state took shape. Liechtenstein remained untouched. However, the reason behind this preservation is far from inspiring. It was simply deemed too destitute and insignificant to warrant attention from neighboring powers. In fact, the ruling family of Liechtenstein did not even set foot in the principality until 1842, a staggering 123 years after acquiring the land to secure voting rights in the Holy Roman Empire. Although independent, Liechtenstein was too small to thrive on its own and eventually entered into a customs union with the Austro-Hungarian Empire, heavily relying on its larger economy for sustenance and essential supplies. This arrangement also enticed Swiss textile manufacturers to establish their presence, marking the first signs of industrialization within the nation. Yet progress remained sluggish due to the challenging geography, which made the movement of people and goods prohibitively expensive. Unfortunately, the situation took a turn for the worse when the outbreak of the First World War severed Liechtenstein's access to food and supplies from a struggling Austro-Hungary. Despite its neutrality, it found itself lumped together with the Central Powers, subjected to harsh economic embargoes imposed by the Allied forces. Consequently, food ceased to arrive, seasonal work abroad dried up. The Swiss textile industry abandoned the country, leaving Liechtenstein burdened with massive debts incurred from importing food during the war from Switzerland. Already impoverished, the people of Liechtenstein found themselves grappling to survive in an ever-changing world. Unable to sustain itself economically, Liechtenstein managed to enter into a customs union, similar to its arrangement with Austria-Hungary, but this time with Switzerland. Although the Swiss were well aware that assisting their neighbor was an economic rescue mission, the principality's small size meant that the cost would be relatively low. Ultimately, this led to the establishment of an economic union, securing a buffer state in a strategic location, stabilizing a neighboring nation, and ensuring the repayment of its debts. While the impact on Switzerland was minimal, it proved transformative for Liechtenstein. The principality pegged its economy to the highly stable Swiss franc, once again gaining access to a larger and more advanced economic environment where its citizens could work, buy, and sell. This union also enabled the outsourcing of costly utilities and bureaucratic functions. However, it still faced the same challenges to development it had always encountered, lacking the financial resources, technical expertise, and a significant population necessary for industrialization. Liechtenstein required foreign investment to unlock its potential. Unfortunately, its geography, location, and lack of incentives rendered it unattractive to investors. This predicament prompted the principality to adopt radical new policies and ways of thinking. Under a new constitution that granted citizens increased political power, Liechtenstein Liechtenstein implemented significant tax cuts and introduced laws that provided unprecedented freedoms and protections for establishing and managing companies. The aim was to offer investors a wide range of instruments to channel their funds into tax-favorable arrangements, such as domiciliary companies registered in Liechtenstein but not conducting actual business within the country. Essentially, foreigners could register their companies in the principality, pay lower taxes to the state, and simultaneously avoid higher taxes in their home countries. This arrangement resulted in increased tax revenue for Liechtenstein at almost no cost. The number of companies nearly doubled immediately, and with additional personal financing from Johann Eu, the nation embarked on a monumental economic gamble by investing in its first hydroelectric power plant, thus fueling a new drive towards industrialization. Simultaneously, the opening of the nation's second bank, focused on strict banking secrecy, attracted companies that had been part of the now-defunct German and Austro-Hungarian empires, establishing Liechtenstein as a safe haven. The principality seemed to have struck upon a potent recipe for economic growth. This captivating tale of Liechtenstein's rise from poverty to prosperity showcases the triumph of resilience, innovative policies, and strategic partnerships. Against all odds, this small nation defied its geographic limitations, harnessed external resources, and fostered an environment conducive to business and investment. Today, Liechtenstein stands as a shining example of what determination, visionary leadership, and a commitment to economic ingenuity can accomplish. Its journey is a testament to the power of human creativity and adaptability in shaping the destiny of nations. In the face of daunting challenges, Liechtenstein's journey towards prosperity was marked by resilience, ingenuity, and a touch of fate. The turbulent times of the Great Depression, a devastating financial scandal, a catastrophic flood, and the outbreak of World War II posed significant obstacles to progress. Yet, amid the chaos, Liechtenstein managed to acquire invaluable industrial and technical expertise that would later shape its destiny. As Switzerland mobilized its labor force to prepare for potential invasion, a shortage of workers emerged, creating a void, establishing production facilities for advanced and high-quality goods, ammunition, precision tools, and engine components. While the war ravaged economies across Europe and citizens endured harsh rationing, Liechtenstein miraculously remained untouched by direct conflict, emerging comparably unscathed. Following the war, Liechtenstein embarked on a spectacular economic expansion, unparalleled in its magnitude. To understand the reasons behind this remarkable growth, we must delve into the unique characteristics of the nation and its interaction with global forces. Firstly, Liechtenstein's diminutive size, historically considered a liability, became a tremendous advantage in post-World War II Europe. The positive economic outcomes of its endeavors had outsized effects due to its small population. For instance, the tax revenue from numerous domiciliary companies, which paid little tax and conducted no business within the nation, exerted a significant impact on Liechtenstein's finances. While other countries would distribute such revenue among millions of inhabitants, in Liechtenstein's case, it benefited only 12,000 people. Consequently, the nation maintained remarkably low income taxes, funding necessary government functions through the tax revenue from these companies. Additionally, Liechtenstein's small stature allowed it to form a customs union with Switzerland, relieving the burden of costly bureaucratic functions and reducing expenditures. Most crucially, however, its size facilitated the implementation of effective, efficient, and accountable governance. With a population of merely 12,000, enacting the right policies at the right time was far more manageable compared to nations with hundreds of millions of citizens. Furthermore, the government's accountability was safeguarded as corruption became harder to conceal and less profitable to engage in. After a brief period of political turbulence during the war, Liechtenstein's politicians aligned their ideological positions, ensuring a stable political landscape. This stability, combined with pro-business policies instituted 2 decades prior, attracted a torrent of foreign capital and investment. Coinciding with advancements in transportation, energy, and communications, Liechtenstein shed its geographical disadvantage, leveling the playing field. Europe's substantial need for post-war reconstruction, coupled with the massive resources injected by the United States through the Marshall Plan, created an unprecedented demand for manufactured goods and financial services. Liechtenstein, having emerged from the war unscathed and armed with industrial expertise and foreign investment, swiftly transformed into an industrial powerhouse. Though its population remained small, preventing it from competing in low-cost, high-quantity manufacturing, Liechtenstein excelled in specialized cost, high quality, and low volume production. It began with machine components and tools, expanding to precision instruments, dental equipment, pharmaceuticals, and advanced electrical sensors. What truly distinguished its manufacturing companies as global leaders was their constant the government never subsidized any industries, and due to the nation's reliance on exports, companies had to be internationally competitive to survive. This cultivated a manufacturing sector renowned for its innovation, resilience, and efficiency. Today, Liechtenstein continues to dominate certain industries, such as dentures and dental equipment, providing high-quality, well-paying manufacturing jobs for its citizens. However, it was not solely industry that propelled Liechtenstein's economic miracle. The rapid growth of its esteemed financial and banking sector, combined with its status as a tax haven, played a crucial role. By the 1970s, Liechtenstein's political stability, neutrality, attachment to the Swiss monetary system, and strict banking privacy laws made it an attractive destination for the affluent, ranging from CEOs to infamous figures involved in illicit activities seeking to preserve, manage, and launder their fortunes. While some questionable transactions did occur, a significant portion of the financial activity was legitimate, focused on accounting, trust management, holding companies, and complex business structures. Simultaneously, the number of registered companies utilizing various tax avoidance schemes skyrocketed to over 50,000, more than double the number of citizens. This allowed the government structure, education, healthcare, and operating with virtually no debt. Just when it seemed that Liechtenstein had reached the zenith of success, it received another boost by joining the European Free Trade Association in 1991 and subsequently becoming part of the European Economic Area and World Trade Organization in 1995. These affiliations granted Liechtenstein expansive and unrestricted access to a market of over 500 million individuals,